Hi, this is Aaron with Whitley Building Diagnostic Labs in the Middle Tennessee area. I'm going to talk about today what I look for as a maintenance technician, as a facility manager, as a project manager when I do a walkthrough. Some of the things I initially look at are water intrusion issues. So I'll look at ceiling tiles, I'll look around the corners of the floor, I'll look at the edges of the walls, I'll find anything that looks like mold or anything that's damp, and I will investigate from there. Sometimes I'll even push ceiling tiles up and see if I can understand what's happening. Is it a roof leak? Is it something to do with an HVAC system? What's the issue? Maybe you have a sprinkler head that has some kind of drip that you haven't known about for a while. That can be an issue. These are some of the things that I look for. I also look for safety problems. What could be happening around that could cause somebody to trip, somebody to slip, somebody to fall in some sort of way, or somebody to get something pinched or cut? What are those things to look for? I'm also looking at doorways. I'm looking at if a door closes correctly. I'm looking if there's a storage issue. Do you have some kind of storage where you have servers and there's heat? Do you have stuff stacked up against panels? Do you have any kind of safety compliance issues when it's related to all these things are in storage? And that becomes an issue real fast. Are there panels missing? Are there filters being maintained? Do you replace your air filters? Are there any other additional leaks under your sinks, behind your toilets, behind your urinals, behind anything else that may have water attached to it? Is there a leak? Do I see a drip? Do I use the faucet and does that faucet turn on correctly if you use a electronic faucet? Is that water supply turned on correctly? These are a few things that I look through and I find as I'm going through buildings. There's some things that I've learned. There's some things that I look for that people miss sometimes. Um, I look for problems that everybody has gotten used to. What do you walk by? What things have been going on for a while that people don't think twice of now? Um, the door that has slammed, the light that has been out for months. I know as medical maintenance, that was one of my big pet peeves was leaving light bulbs out for any extended period of time. I wanted people to be able to look at my facility and see a well lit, well maintained location. What about that leak that gets a bucket? Have you walked into those facilities and you see buckets on the floors? Maybe you've walked into Walmart and that skylight's leaking. It seems pretty regular, but that doesn't look good for a commercial facility. These are items that I am looking for when I'm walking the envelope of a building. In closing, let's just talk about a few closing little matters. What about alarms? Have you focused on your alarms? Have you checked your door alarms? Have you checked your fire alarms? Do you know if they work? One issue I found in one of my commercial facilities was a fire escape issue related to mag locks. So this became a compliance issue because what would happen is the alarm would be pulled, the fire system would go off, the alarm panel would sound, but the mag locks would not drop on the inside. What's supposed to happen is whenever a fire alarm goes off, your magnetic locks are supposed to drop so people can exit. There are no um, places to stop you from getting out of the facility. That's a no-no. That's a liability risk. What about a damaged door? I mean, there's another instance that I could give you of a medical facility. We had a damaged door. And what was happening is there was somebody that had been getting into that door, even though we didn't realize it, but pulling security footage, there was an issue. Somebody was getting into that door. They had pushed up that little area that had to do with the latch, and they would slide something in there and they would get into our facility. And it was a homeless person. They were using the facilities to bathe in. They were using the stairwell to stay in after hours when nobody was there. So these are issues that become compliance and safety risks. If you manage a facility, if you maintain it on your own, your commercial property, you are responsible for all of these things. This is where I come in. I go in and I will assess and find these issues. This is Aaron with Whitley Building Diagnostic Lab, serving Middle Tennessee area, but I do travel throughout the entire state. Give me a call, 423-208-6238, or email me at Whitley Building Diagnostic Lab at gmail.com. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you.